So, where are we? Did I get it right?
Yeah, if you were looking for a clock shop.
A clock shop?
That's what it looks like.
Ah, it's a watchmaker's. A dying craft, Rosie. I used to love visiting the lower levels of the capital to see the timepieces they made down there. I always thought I'd become a watchmaker if being a Time Lord didn't work out.
So are we in the right time?
On the 50th anniversary since the invasion of Poland.
I'm not sure. We seem to encounter quite a bit of turbulence in the vortex, and the TARDIS didn't want to land. But the technology is consistent with mid-20th century Earth, at least.
And we where you said we'd be?
You wanted to see the Bristol Blitz? You got what you wished for.
What's that smell?
Fires, bombs, incendiary explosives, and something else. Just under all that. It's probably best we don't think about it. So, why the Blitz, Rosie? Why choose 1940?
We did so much about the Blitz in school and at uni. I just thought I shouldn't waste this opportunity. While I've got it, I need to see the history of my home and what I've learned about firsthand.
So you should, Rosie. First-hand evidence and all that. What do you suggest we do now?
Well, if it's 1940 and this is a night raid, then the safest place would be an air raid shower, right?
You tell me.
It was on the 24th of November 1940 that 148 Luftwaffe bombers raided Bristol, destroying numerous homes, historic buildings and churches. In one night, the city of churches became the city of ruins.
Bristol was the 6th most heavily bombed city in Britain, wasn't it?
5th, actually. It was weird though, isn't it? Bristol, a whole city, all quiet.
Far from quiet, Rosie.
No, but the streets are empty. Totally empty. None of these houses have left their lights on. No one's hurrying down to the shower. Just these ruins. It's like the Raptors hit us on them.
This was the truth of the Blitz, Rosie. It wasn't all the propaganda and war films you've seen. I've told you, this won't be fun. This is an educational visit.
I know. I just thought we would have met someone by now.
Freeze!
Trust me to open my big mouth.
We're frozen, look! We're both frozen! We've stopped moving!
Put your hands down, you pillocks. I ain't gonna shoot you. What the hell are you doing out here anyhow? Get below, there's a war going on, you know?
You're not an air raid warden. What are you doing out here?
Good question.
Thank you.
I'll have you know, I'm a detective. The name's Jimmy Nash. And you?
I'm the Doctor, and this is Rosie Williams.
Are you, in the game as well, Doc?
What game?
You know, gumshoeing for the, clients. It's the hat and coat that gives it away a bit, Doc.
Oh, yeah, of course, sorry. Take me to your office then, Mr. Nash.
Jimmy, please. Right this way, Doc. Miss Williams.
What's all that about?
It seems Mr. Nash here thinks we're a pair of private investigators, like himself, and we're off to help him with his case.
And will we?
Oh, yeah.
I take it you're working on the same case as well, Doc.
Oh, yeah. Remind me again?
Some fellas contacted me about a month ago. They said they had a job that they wanted me to finish. They say it was we old man's case from when he was with the Pinkertons. They tells me that one of their lot has gone loose around the city, killing people and the like. Though we don't know how he does it, but the victim's always just dead. No injuries, nothing in his belly, out of the ordinary. Even the Fuzz don't know how he does it. Well, you've seen it out there. How are they supposed to recognize a murder when there's a death in this city every night of the week?
Britain on the verge of collapse. Law and order's breaking down. So, you want my help?
If you think it can keep up, Doc. This is the way I see it. This is my case, and I'm keeping it. If the clients have assigned it to you too, that's fine. But we split this down the middle. I get the dough for catching this egg, and you two can have the last of my ration tokens. I don't need them. Give me a bottle of whiskey any day.
That's hardly fair.
Rosie, ration tokens are worth more than gold at the moment.
Fast fair, lady. Jerry's finished early tonight. Maybe we can nip over to the Seven Keys for a quick snifter.
Rosie Williams speaking. How may I help you?
Give me that! Jimmy Nash, private investigator. Well, yes, Detective Inspector. I have been following this case for a while now. No, Detective Inspector, I will not lose any pieces of evidence. Again. I'll be there right away. There's been a murder down Rickman's parade, and the Flatfoots have caught the bastard who did it.
Let's blow this case wide open.
Here we go again.
D.I. Marshall, you called?
I called you, Nash, not a cohort of your assembled sleuths.
This is the Doc and Miss Williams. They're aiding with the investigation.
You better watch it, Nash, or you may find yourself on the wrong side of the law.
And you forget, Timothy, that it's my job to dig up dirt on the lowlives and criminals in this city. My investigation could easily happen upon the dealings you've had with the Alberto gang.
One of these days, Nash, one of these days. You two can wait outside.
I need the doctor here. He's my partner in this case.
Very well, but his secretary waits outside.
Secretary?
Just wait here, will you, doll?
What did you...
Just do as he says, please, Rosie.
You're in luck, sunshine. We've got a doctor here to see you.
A doctor? I need a doctor.
We found him heading towards the river. Reckon he might be part of that fifth column working with the Germans.
Evening. I'm private investigator Jimmy Nash. I've been assigned to investigate the murders of a number of citizens in this city. The pigs think you're the man, so tell me. Are you?
Have you been following me for long, James? Yes. You have, haven't you? You've risked your career to bring me to justice. Why?
Because I was paid to, wasn't I?
No, you've always had another reason. You followed this case long before you became a private detective. Because of your mother.
I don't know what you're talking about.
James? It's me, James. Little Jimmy, are you there? I love you.
You goddamn son of a bitch!
Easy, Nash, easy. Out of the room, come on.
Just walk, Nash. Keep walking and you'll discover the lie we all live in.
I'm assuming you...
You think I killed James Nash's mother? You're right, of course, but then you know a killer by sight, don't you, Doctor? A man whose enemies call him Destroyer of Worlds.
How can you know that?
Oh, I know a lot of things, Gallifreyan. No, Time Lord. I feel your minds. I can touch them, read them, harness them.
So, you have a low-level psychic ability. I'm not really impressed. I've seen fortune tellers and other psychics pull the same trick on me before.
Why do I kill, I sense you ask? For fun? No. For the thrill? No. I kill to survive.
You really don't.
I do, you see? I must become more. I must coalesce. I must prepare for the war.
Which war? The war with the Nazis?
That war ended decades ago, time traveller. You and I both know that a larger war looms over the world, one which chills the nations of Europe and burns far to the east. An iron curtain, a concrete wall, a devastating bomb. Boom!
You just wait out here, Nash. Cool off for a bit. Why don't you come back when you're a proper detective, eh?
What happened in there?
That greaseball. They found the monster that did it, and he's every bit as unhinged as I thought he'd be.
Where's the doctor?
Oh, getting cozy with that John in there. Come on, let's go for a walk.
But shouldn't we...
Let's go already.
Where are we going?
We're just walking. That's what he said. So, your doctor pal, does he see himself as a bit of a Sherlock Holmes?
Probably more of an Inspector Gore. He loves a mystery to solve or an adventure to have. So did I, but...
What? What changed?
You wouldn't understand. Actually, maybe you would. You've been living in these Blitz for months now. You've seen your fair share of death.
It's been going on for a bit longer than that, dame.
Right, you call me doll, dame, or gal one more time.
Yeah, all right. Don't bite my head off for it, Rosie.
That's better. Well, if you had a chance to see the universe, but all you saw was people dying everywhere you went, what would you do? What if your friend isn't the man he used to be?
All right. Is that how it is?
No, I just think that something's been troubling the doctor for a while now. He's too cheery, too excitable, then suddenly the mask slips, and out comes the Time Lord inside.
You don't have to talk a lot of hogwash, Rosie. And speaking of pigs, Will, there's the Seven Keys pub. And this is the edge of Philip End.
So let's keep going?
I don't know if I really want to.
What do you mean? You wanted to walk. We've barely crossed 2 streets.
We don't have to leave Philip End.
Oh, come on. What's the worst that can happen?
How can you have the knowledge of the future? Where'd you come from?
Oh, I know many things of what is to come. The spectre haunting Europe will fall, and the walls that contain it will shatter. But a new creature emerges from the ruin of humanity, one which will ignite a larger war. He shall spiral this planet into conflicts felt throughout the next 1,000 years. Doctor, you must stop him. He'll be going on a very long journey, and even I can't see what lies at the end of it.
All right, enough of this. Cards on the table. Tell me why you killed those people.
I already told the doctor here. He knows more than he's telling you, Timothy.
How do you...
Low-level psychic, I said. He probably developed the ability from his mind snapping during the air raids. Months of heavy bombardment will do that to a person. Your forefathers called it shell shock in the trenches.
Oh, but you've been there, Doctor. The whirring of the falling shells.
Stop it.
The men dying around you.
I said, stop it.
The mud so deep it could drown a man. You remember, Doctor. You'll always remember. The wheel. It plagues your dreams, your nightmares. No, there is a stronger fear within you. Flames. Flames licking all around you. How alone you must have been, Doctor. The blackest day of your life.
What are you? And tell me the truth this time.
I am the Coalescence.
The coalescence has been detected, preparing to intercept.
What's all this fog for, anyhow?
It's not for anything, is it? Unless someone's trying to keep us in.
Keep us in? But keep us in where? Oh.
Did you know that your district of Bristol was on the Scottish coast?
But we were just in Philip End.
And Philip N was inside a bubble on an island. Keep up, Nash.
How? Who could have put us here? The Germans?
Warning, humans subjects have escaped time field, preparing to intercept.
What the hell is that? It's like some kind of giant cigar hanging in the sky.
It's a spaceship, and I think we're about to be abducted. Have I just been picked up by Henry Hoover?
Rosie!
Doctor!
Nash!
Doctor?
Rosie!
Well, now we've had a nice little reunion, we can try to figure out where we've been taken.
A spaceship.
A German spaceship?
The Canthari spaceship.
Doc, why did you bring that bindle staff along with ya?
I think Control was picked up by the beam.
No, I did.
Gord, Bennett!
Doctor, what is that?
I'm Slur of the mighty race of the Canthari.
But the giant cockroaches.
You impugn my honor, Ape. Where is the weapon?
Hey, I ain't got no weapon, Bug.
The coalescence.
Ah, so it's a weapon.
It is our weapon. It was lost from us almost half a century ago. It hid itself among the populace of the city, so we quarantined the district known as Philippum End since 1940.
What do you mean since 1940? It is 1940, isn't it?
See, I thought you were a bit hokey-cokey, Doc, but I thought you'd at least know the year. It's 1989.
But the Blitz stopped in 1944 after Normandy, before the war was won.
The war was won?
This is part of our doing. We froze the city so that we could find the coalescence. As we could not venture down to there ourselves, we found an instrument to solve our problem for us.
It's talking about you, Nash.
Me? You used me? I had some great big roach paying me dollars to find a psycho killer in a fake city? And the war had ended before I was even born? There are people living down there. People you've duped into living in the Blitz for 50 years.
Ah, yes, this is where I come in. Slur, member of the Canthari race.
King of the Canthari.
Yeah, well...
High King of Cantharis, Lord of the Deep Pools, Crusher of Skulls, and Keeper of Trade.
Do we bow?
Oi, oi, oi! I'm a Time Lord, Slur. Ex-President of the High Council of Gallifrey, eh? And what you've done here has violated the laws of time. Leave the coalescence with me, undo what you've done here, and go back to your planet in peace.
The coalescence is ours.
Look, whatever you got on it, it's not yours. This is a living, sentient being, not a weapon for you to take home. Finders Keepers does not apply here.
The coalescence is ours. We devised it. It is our prized possession of the glorious Galactic Arms Bazaar.
Ah, the Galactic Arms Bazaar. A massive galactic corporation who produce and sell weapons to anyone who will match their prices. Daleks, Sontarans, Draconians, Chelonians, and even a few not ending with Onians. These guys are the big time.
I'm glad our reputation has spread far across the galaxy. Our investments should soar once the final end has come.
Sorry, what? Didn't catch that last bit.
All life will be annihilated and the Earth will belong to us.
Doctor, I could have sworn he just said all life will be annihilated.
Now that the coalescence is ours once more, the planet will be subjugated in a nuclear holocaust.
But that violates galactic law. You'll lose sales. What kind of business plan is that?
Never mind the lives lost, Doctor.
Yeah, of course.
We do not need to fire the first shot. Your Air Force that we intercepted in 1940 will fly the weapons to their target with enough firepower to destroy a city. Berlin, to be precise.
No, you can't. Berlin's a powder keg at the moment. Demonstrations mass along the border. Migrants flee from east to west. Missiles sit in silos as itchy fingers hover over the button.
The perfect conditions for the revenge of the British RAF. The nuclear destruction will spread across from city to city, nation to nation, continent to continent, and the Canthari will lie in wait.
But no one would survive that.
Rosie, they are cockroaches. Haven't you heard that cockroaches can survive anything?
Once the deadly dust has settled on humanity, then our factories can begin. Earth will be a forge of the new Canthari battle factory, producing weapons for the wars of the future and arming the galaxy for conflict.
You've got to stop this. You cannot commit mass genocide or wipe out this planet just so you can produce more death. It's unheard of. Death on such a scale. Death to cause death. I don't want to pretend that those fingers on the buttons have any better morality than you, slur, but what you demand is incalculable slaughter. Are you so spineless that you deal in money and arms no matter what the consequences? What of the humans? What of the cats, or the dogs, or the butterfly? You'll condemn a planet to death for profit. You have no honour, slur. King of the dust. That's what you'll be. King of a radioactive wasteland.
Dishonorable am I? Then prove it, little man. Prove that I lack honor. We fight with sword.
Hey, pick on someone your own size, you yellow-bellied cockroach. Whoa. You're packing more heat than I thought, Buster.
You will die, fleshy human. Then your planet will follow in its destruction.
King Slur, please! There are more planets out there for you to colonize. Deserted planets with no life, nothing to destroy. You can choose another planet and start again!
But this planet is in the perfect position for this quadrant of space.
Slur! Then I've got to use all my Time Lord cunning to force you off this planet. This ship's armed with enough photonic weaponry to destroy this ship 10 times over. That type of weapon can obliterate this ship and all on it but leave the people on that planet below alive.
You wouldn't dare.
Dare me, Rosie.
I dare you, Doctor.
I'll do it, Slur. Your whole arms bazaar will fold in itself in an instant of singularity if I activate this screwdriver. Look at the power I hold over you now, King of the Canthari. Where's your honour now?
The Canthari will depart. All hands, uncouple systems for the time field, and prepare for departure. The humans will be returned to the planet, unharmed.
And you'll release Philip Amend, the town you've kept in stasis?
The deal is struck, Time Lord. The Canthari have relinquished.
Doctor, what's happening to the city?
It's pulsating.
No.
What is it?
They've removed all safety parameters from the time field. Philip Amend is no longer being held inside its bubble.
So that's good, right? They'll all be free.
Obviously, you've never seen a bubble burst, Rosie.
Well, what are you going to do?
The Canthari are adequate spatial engineers, there's no doubt about that. But I doubt even temporal repositioning is in their repertoire.
What the hell does that mean?
It means this hillside isn't going to be safe for very much longer.
It's the Jerrys.
No, it can't be. The war's been over for 40 years.
It seems the Canthari had some of their stolen Luftwaffe planes left over.
Why aren't the anti-aircraft guns firing?
They're killing them. All of them. Doctor, can't you have done something?
I struck a bargain with the Canthari. They spared the Earth.
But at the cost of the city.
You know your history, Rosie. You tell me about this war. Dresden? Hiroshima? Nagasaki? Your politicians argued that the annihilation of these cities saved more lives in the long run.
The greater good again, is it, Doctor?
If you like.
When Hitler said he'll rub out our cities, is this what he meant? Everyone I knew in Philip Amend is dead. Abigail. Mr. Marlowe, the fellow who served me the drinks at Seven Keys, the gal who gave me the newspaper every morning, even T.A. Marshall.
You'll learn to live with this hardship, Mr. Nash. The people of this island learn to cope with the effects of the Blitz. It won't be easy.
What'll happen to those German bombers? They won't head for another city, will they?
Why don't you put the word out, Mr. Nash? Get in contact with the mainland and tell them that there's a squad of World War II German bombers that have been in hiding, unaware that the war was over. And Mr. Nash, be merciful. If this war's taught you anything, it's treat them as human beings.
What are you two gonna do? I need your help.
Places to be, Mr. Nash. Places to be. I've got to rescue my TARDIS from an old watchmaker's shop down in the ruins of that town. Goodbye, Mr. Nash.
All right. See you around, Doctor. I hope we meet again. And you, Rosie.
You've got a lot of catching up to do, Nash. You've missed a lot of history in those 40 years.
1989, huh? Let's see what these future Brits have got to offer, shall I?
It was horrible out there. Is there really nothing you could have done?
Without my TARDIS to hand, and a host of Time Lord Temporal engineers to help me, there's nothing I could have done to rescue them from the German bombs.
I suppose so.
Rosie, you must have learned by now that I can't always save the day. Sometimes I can only choose between two bad choices, but I still have to make them. I don't always win. So, where are we off to now? Have you got your mind set on anywhere in particular?
How about home, Doctor?
Home?
My home, my little flat in Bristol where you picked me up.
Is this going to be a permanent alteration?
I don't know. All I know is that I'd like to be somewhere I recognise, somewhere I feel safe. This was just one trip too far, Doctor. I'm sorry.
No, I understand. Perfectly clear. Once I may have tried to fool you, Rosie Williams, but you're not a child anymore. If that's where you're sure you want to be.
More than anything.
Berkeley Square, Clifton, Bristol. 1st of January, 2020. Homeward bound.